Welcome to What Lies Ahead. I'm your host, Chris Raffini, lead singer of the Long Island band Overthrow. On my podcast, I explore everything related to the hardcore scene through the eyes of artists, promoters, and record labels. As always, please like or subscribe on all social media platforms. For more information and updates, check out our Instagram page at @WhatLiesAhead_podcast and find us on Facebook by searching What Lies Ahead. Now, on to the show. My guests today are Cole and Cruz from the New Jersey hardcore band Pool Scum. They just dropped a new EP this winter and have been playing everywhere since. We'll talk about the new EP, how they formed, and what's next for the band. Cole and Cruz, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming on, guys.
Okay, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Spoke to you guys. We played with you. It felt like 10 years ago, but it was like a few months ago. We played 4 or 5 months ago. We played with you in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania with Punishment, Dysphoria, Fool's Game. Super fun show. And when you guys got added on, I was psyched because obviously, like a lot of people have been seeing the videos you guys posted, the music you guys have been playing, getting out there, and just playing, just killing it. So I was like, it was cool to play with you guys, meet you guys. I remember we were talking. I'm like, you're coming on here for sure once that new EP drops. So I'm glad we can get this going, you know?
Yeah, it was a really fun show.
Yeah, cool spot. So let's talk a little. So I guess why don't you both of you introduce yourself, what you do in the band, and then from there, each one of you talk about how did you get into hardcore, what pulled you in, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go first, Cole?
Yeah. I'm Cole. I am the vocalist, and yeah.
I'm Cruz. I play guitar.
Cool, awesome. And who else is in the band?
So we have our bass player Luke, and then our drummer Joey.
Yeah.
Joey, yeah. Drums sound great on the new EP. The whole thing sounds great. We were just talking about that before. And we're going to get into the new EP that everybody needs to check out. It's super, super heavy, catchy too. You know, it's got everything you'd want. Great recording, not overproduced. But we'll get into track by that. So let's talk about, and whoever wants, you know, I guess Cole, we'll start with you, and then we'll is how did you get into hardcore? You know, how did that start? And then what was like your first thing that you heard that pulled you in, and then what led to it from there? And then obviously Cruz, you from there.
My dad definitely got me into hardcore. I mean, like, he used to listen to, like, E-Town and, like, all those kind of bands at first, and he kind of, like, pulled me in. So I would say that, like, the first, like, kind of hardcore that I, like, started to get into was, like, punk, and then I kind of, like, heard hardcore, and I was like, it sounds, like, heavier and, like, a lot, like, distorted. Like, I just really liked it.
Loved it, right? Cruz, what about you, man?
I think my dad and my mom definitely got me in to hardcore. It started off the same with like punk. Like I think the first like bands I heard was like Bad Brains and like all like the old like hardcore, like, and then I think I kind of just like from there started slowly like liking more heavier and like faster and like kind of like angrier, and like I don't know, I just kind of
right?
got more attracted to like that kind of style more.
So what led to that? Was that going to shows, or it was, because I'm thinking back to when, and actually we'll start here. How old are you guys, by the way?
I'm 16 and
I'm 13.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And you guys carry yourselves as if you've been doing it for such a long time, and that's what's amazing about it. So did each band kind of lead to the other for you? Because that's what kind of happened to me back then when, you know, Cruz, like when I was your age, that's when 15, 16, I started getting into hardcore, and like one thing led to another to me. Was that really what happened for you?
Yeah, kind of. I think we started off, we saw, I think one of the first shows we saw was like MXPX, and then we kind of went like, saw like Rancid, and then
I think
it kind of, and then there's been the past like probably like few years, there's been a lot of VFW shows in our area, and that kind of like, and a lot of the kids, because we skate a lot of the kids at like the skate parks that like we have we have two by us that like Ocean City and Atlantic City skate park, and a lot of those kids kind of like listen to that music, and then kind of just like
they go to all like the VFW shows and like the shows around here.
Yeah, so that's kind of, and then
like a community. Yeah.
Yeah, every time there's like shows, like I always go. I always like mosh and stuff. Like it's fun to go and like show love to those fans.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. And then And then honestly, just like when I drive around with my dad, he plays like all different types of music. And then
Yeah.
like if I listen to something and I like it, and then it's kind of, I think that's the main thing that kind of happened is just like my dad will play music and then like in the car or something, and then I'll be like, oh, and like start listening to kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Right. You remember? So you remember? I mentioned I think an MXPX show. Do you remember your first like real deal hardcore show? Which one was fun for each of you guys?
Think
My first like real hardcore show
think
was like VFW show. My first ever show was like a Rancid
Right.
show, but my like first like real like heavy hardcore was probably a VFW show, I think.
VFW show. It's a great way to get started too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Rancid, you probably saw at a big venue,
Mhm.
right? And then you're at a VFW hall and the bands are just walking around, hanging out, and it's like everything's all up close and stuff. Cruz,
Yeah.
what about you?
I think the first hardcore show was like a VFW show.
Oh, yeah.
So I think
The
it was
basement shows you used to go to.
that was more like punk. Actually,
Uh,
there is actually this local band who was like start off as like a punk band,
yes.
and then I would go to their shows, and then they kind of like they disbanded, and then they became like a metalcore band, and then I started like seeing them at like the VFWs and stuff.
Don't we play with them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this band Disposed. They actually their last show was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's start with the formation of the band, because obviously from there it moved pretty quick for you guys where you're going to shows. And did you always, I mean, you were younger, but did you want to start a band, or how did that happen with Pool Scum coming together?
So the kind of thing what happened was Cole always kind of we were both really into music, but Cole always tried to like start a band, and then it never really worked out at first. Like he just would play like
Yeah.
kind of like different types of music. Like
I couldn't really like get people to like fully like lock in.
Yep.
Yeah. So that it kind of like backfired, and I like tried having bands, but like I never could. So I tried like my acoustic thing, and yeah, I'm still
That's
kind of
cool.
doing that too. Yeah.
and
That's
then
cool.
yeah, so like kind of like me and him would always like kind of play around. Like I would try to play whatever I could to like help, but even though like at the time I didn't really play music, like I think I would try to like play the bass or something, like if
Mhm.
it, like extra person or something. And then the one time I like he was like, me and my friends were like playing, me and my one friend were playing downstairs, and my other friend, and Cole came down, and he was just like started singing, and then it kind of just started from that. And then like some people
Organically. Mhm.
left, so some people didn't want to do it anymore, some people became too much and stuff, and then like kind of just like switched out.
Yeah, that's a cool stuff. So Cole, you came down. I'm thinking of me when I started here. Did you always, and meaning with, did you want to be a singer, or like I remember just being when my band started back when I was a teenager, I couldn't wait to just grab a mic and scream into it. Like
Yeah.
that was so did you know you wanted to be a singer, or it just was like you went down, you're like, you know what, I'll give this a try.
Well, I've always like played like drums for like a while, so I was just like I always wanted to be a drummer, and then I like ended up I was always like singing, but I didn't really think that I was that good. And then I like kind of started like when I came downstairs and I heard them, I like they asked me if I wanted to sing, so I just like sung, and
Mhm.
I like really enjoyed it. So from there, I that was like kind of my first like introduction to like hardcore screaming and like me singing it and stuff.
Yeah, what I appreciate with you is you got a lot of energy and you play with a lot of confidence up there. You know, just from seeing it live, but just the videos. Like, so that's just imagine where that's going to keep going.
Thank
So
you.
you guys started, um, did you start by just trying to write material, or you're like, let's do the covers? Because obviously you guys did covers that were like viral, like they got out there and they killed the covers that you did. But was it just like when most bands start, you were just starting with covers to kind of get yourself all situated, or you were writing new material,
um
your own
I think
material?
at first we like right away, I think we tried to write just so we could like kind of play shows, because like we didn't want to have like all covers and then like not be able to like play a show or something. So we were like really focusing on like just like trying to write and stuff.
And then how do you guys pick your covers? Do all of you collectively agree on them, or I'm just making it up, like calls, like I want to do Pride, because I know you guys, that's one that's on the new
Yeah.
EP, like Cruz, you pick something else. Do you,
Mhm.
do you, or just kind of all come together with one that you want to do?
Usually, like me and him will usually have an idea, and then we're like, okay, that one sounds good.
Yeah, like I'll find like songs that I really listen to, and I'll be like, "Yo, you gotta learn it on guitar," and then he'll like learn it, and then I'll like I'll get the lyrics down, and then we show our drummer, and then our bass player is just like really good. He can just like catch on to it. So
Cool. And now the guys, and I apologize, I didn't ask about the drummer and bassist here. So, um, you connected with them. They're in the band.
yeah,
Yeah. How did that come about?
So our bass player, we knew like since we were like a little
yeah.
kid.
Since I was like 5, I've known him.
My cousin was like his best friend throughout like their whole childhood pretty much, and so I like would always see him at my cousin's house, and then he actually is in like a local band, so like that's kind of how I asked him, I was like, oh, do you want to play bass? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then that kind of started, and then the drummer was my my dad's client because he's a barber.
Mhm.
So and he always kind of like would talk about music and stuff, and he's in another local band too. So that's kind of like how, and then like at first like just to like, and then that's kind of, I don't know, but yeah.
Worked its way out, worked itself out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like first just like he came to like help us, and then it like started like working out like pretty good.
Yeah. Sounds good. The drums drive your band, like it brings off the riffs like really powerful. So early on, you wanted to start the band. Like I'm hearing some acoustic stuff. You guys were doing some other stuff. You guys are coming from a punk background, but then the heavy stuff, like there's all the mix of different things here. Did you, when you started Pool Scum, was that even a conversation of we want to sound like this or a certain style? Because you guys are in your face, super, super, super heavy, like you really are,
Um,
and or or was it just kind of progressed that way from just jamming on songs and getting together?
I think it kind of like just like progressed that way because the at first because I was pretty new to like the guitar, and I was really into like at that time like E Town, and I was listening to like a lot of Hatebreed and stuff like the like, and then so I kind of wanted to like I played in I think at first we played in like drop D, so like I try to just like kind of copy, or not like necessarily copy, or like kind of like, I guess, yeah, like not like completely copy, but like kind of
It influenced you.
like
Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds like it influenced you. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then on like the guitar stuff, so at first that's kind of how it was, and then he came downstairs and he didn't even like yell, he just started like screaming to it, so I was just like, that's kind of
It
how it
worked
happened.
perfect.
Yeah.
It worked perfectly. Yeah. Cole, what about you? You, it was the heaviest kind of sound because you go over it. You mix and match though. You scream. You
Yeah.
also have the talk scream over it. You do a little bit of different stuff to it. But was that for you as well? Like just kind of work going into the style you guys have?
Well, yeah, I would say it was around that. Like I at first I started as like a singer, and then I kind of like started to go up and like start like screaming more and stuff.
Hmm.
And that's kind of like how it like impacted me and stuff. And I just really
Yeah.
like
So from there, it built pretty quick. I mean, how long have you guys been around now?
I think about like a year and a half.
yeah.
Yeah, I think where you started and where you are now, it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So you started building connections in this stuff and getting shows. Like, when did you start seeing that? Was this starting where you wanted to, like, we want to take a run with this and have fun, play shows? Because you guys are playing a lot. Or was it just starting more as fun and then it just kind of built to where we are today?
It kind of like started as like fun, I would say. Like we were just messing around at first. We were just like, oh, we could at least we'll hopefully make it to like a, or we'll hopefully be able to like play a show or like any shows. Like even if it's like a basement or a VFW show, we just wanted to play shows. And we ended up like, I guess our one video ended up blowing up, and we ended up being able to play like huge, like big shows that I would never even think that I would ever be able to play.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really cool. It was cool that's how I heard of, well, I've heard of you, but then that video just was everywhere. It just kept coming up on my feed all the time. And I'm like, this is incredible. This is so awesome. And it sounds great. It wasn't just like you guys trying to cover stuff. It actually sounded really, really, really good. So that was awesome with that. So do you remember that pinpoint time for both of you when you felt like it was starting to move more to a more, I don't say serious because you guys are having fun with it, but more serious to than what you thought it would be?
Yeah, it kind of just like didn't feel real, kind of
Yeah.
like thing. I think it started getting serious after like I think once we started recording, I was like, yeah, this is like we recorded like pretty soon. I was like, this is definitely like
Starting to get like serious.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. So that's makes me think like, so now like you still have, though, it sounds like to me, and it's just so awesome. And don't lose that, is the same mindset of when you're writing, playing shows of that band that started a year ago. In terms of like, you're taking it serious, but you're not overthinking it.
Mhm.
yeah.
Would that agree? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So that you're doing that and you're having fun with it. So my next is, how did you end up connecting? It's funny because you're talking E-Town a lot, right? They
Mhm.
clearly influenced you. Makes sense too from Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? How did you connect with Ant Money, with that? Because
So it's actually it's kind of crazy because
Yeah.
we had like a lot of DMs and a lot of people like because like literally out of nowhere it just like exploded super fast. So he actually DM'd us and we didn't see the message, but then a few messages that we did see were like people were like trying to connect this with him. He ended up he messaged like
Our friend.
our friend
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, is this your kid? And he's like, oh no, it's my friend's kids. And then we got in contact with him and then like
Yeah, and then he like DM'd us, and
And-
then but like the thing that's like really funny is that day right before he like DM'd us, or we didn't even know it.
or find out right when we found out
Yeah, right before that we played a Time to Shine cover too, and it was like out of
meant to
nowhere,
be.
and I was like, holy crap! Like I couldn't even believe it because like E-Town's like I would never even think that I'd even be able to see them live, and it's just like crazy that he's like our manager now. But yeah,
Manager, and on your song, which we're going to get
Yeah.
into, Doomsday.
Yeah.
Doomsday. So that's what I was. You kind of you answered that a little for me, but I'm going to ask it again because I can imagine the just being overwhelmed with all those DMs from
Yeah.
that clip. It must have been to the point you couldn't keep right. Like it's hard
had to
to
like check every single
yeah.
20
And
minutes.
you want to because it was probably so exciting.
Yeah.
You want to get back to these people.
Mhm.
So was that in a good way? Was that a little overwhelming getting all that like feedback, almost like you didn't know what to do with it in a little bit?
Yeah,
It's kind
it
of
really
fun.
just like felt like unreal. Like we had so many like crazy, like big, like random people you wouldn't think, like the singer of Dirty Heads,
So Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin,
Like,
3 Days Grace,
Yeah.
Kill Switch Engage, like just like all these humongous bands.
Like
what the
yeah,
heck?
all of them like are like crazy bands that like I've just like always heard on like radios and stuff. And just like how the heck do they like follow us and stuff?
Mhm.
Like-
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So when you saw he DM'd you, Ant Money, was it almost like you didn't believe it kind of thing? Or like when he was reaching out in that whole point because of
I didn't
what
really
what you said, Cole, look what you just said, right? Like
Yeah.
you time to shine, right?
Yeah,
It's your album.
I couldn't like honestly like believe it at all because like I like that area was that I was like because like the most like probably like harder band that I got into was definitely like E-Town, and it's like wild that like it's like a band that I've been listening to my whole life, and they just like he just DM'd us, and that like exact day we played like the Time to Shine cover, and it was just like all wild, and it's like hard to like believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how those things work themselves out. That's great
Yeah.
though. And it's just something like that goes viral, gets out there, and goes from there. But I want to shift to the new EP because that went viral. And sometimes when things go viral, as you guys know, where things get out there, it's all about what you do next to keep it pushing forward.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and honestly, you guys have done that and done that more so than a lot of other bands would have done that. And it's like, okay, we've done this, but then it's following up on your new material. And the new EP, and I'm not just saying this, you guys are on here. It's awesome. It's really good. It's heavy, great recording as we were talking about, but not overproduced. Cole, your vocals sound great on it.
Thank
The
you.
guitars sound good and crisp. And it was cool. I got to hear a lot of these songs when we played with you guys in December
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Phoenixville. So, what was the mindset going into the EP? Did you have all these songs written before you were going into the studio? And then you had to
Well,
pick and choose from which ones you wanted to put on, or how did that work?
So we wrote like a decent amount of stuff.
yeah, we wrote like maybe like 5 songs, and
Well,
or
even
no,
before that,
yeah.
we wrote like a decent amount, and then like some of them were like, this one's like not it. We
So then we
can't
just
use
like
this.
stopped using
So
it.
we kind of cut it down to like 5 like of the good songs, and then actually really 4, and then the cover.
But like most of the songs that we had, like Doomsday and stuff, like the lyrics at first were like not even like we didn't really understand like verses and choruses then. So it was like nothing like crazy, and it was just like the same words, and it was like super small like verses. So then we were like, all right, this song sounds pretty like heavy, and it like blew up. So we were like, we definitely have to keep this. But we just like changed all lyrics around, and then we ended up asking Ant if he could sing on it, and he was like,
He
yeah,
fits perfectly in that song. Yeah,
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 like the rap part, yeah,
sounds
yeah. We
really
kind
good.
of like we added that part kind of like for that, like
yeah,
the rap
Uh-huh.
stuff, and
That's cool. And it's cool too that you guys are just, Paul, you're talking about, and I want to get into each track here. I mean, we were talking Doomsday a little bit, but like, it's cool that you kind of recognize verse, chorus, and adjusted. Sometimes you
yeah,
get young. I remember when I was young, my band released our first demo way earlier than it should have been because we were just excited to get it out. And
yeah.
it's that you guys had the wherewithal to like recognize things. And I didn't hear what you were referring to, but you as a band recognize things that you needed to fix with it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, at first I would say that like we probably like we were like really hoping, like we were so like excited to like get like a song out and stuff, like we tried self like recording
yeah.
with like an electric
We
drum
never.
set, but
Okay.
we couldn't get on point and anything, so we just like gave up. We were just like, all right, we actually gotta like take our time with this and do it out. And we were just like, we got Pride down, we recorded that first, and we were just like, now that we have this, we're gonna we went back to the studio and then recorded the EP, and then we wanted to do it as like almost like a big thing, like a big event or something.
hmm
Like
Yeah,
so,
and it comes across that way. And that's the thing. So, when did you record this and where?
So we recorded at Landmine Studios,
yeah,
Mhm.
Len.
um, with Len Carmichael, and then I think we recorded it we recorded Pride at the like I think it was beginning of August, and then we recorded the rest of the EP at the end of August.
Yeah,
Okay. How'd you get connected with Landmine Studios?
So I think Ant was like looking like around for like where to
somebody around
go
here, like
because we were gonna
around
try to go like closer to us, and then like Ant ended up just picking Landmine.
yeah. And our
Yeah.
bass player actually, his like smaller band from around here, they right after we recorded there, his band recorded there. So it's like
Mhm.
I feel like all of like everything's like connected to like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
How was it? You recorded before with the covers, but how was it going into the studio now and recording your own material? How did it feel doing that?
It was
That
like
was yeah
very like different. Like it was just
Mhm.
like it's like even thinking back like now, that's like crazy that it was like songs that like we like made and that we
Mhm.
did, because like I don't know, it's like very like weird feeling.
yeah
Yeah.
it was definitely super weird. Like it's like thinking like you like wrote this guitar part, or you wrote the lyrics or stuff like that, and it just feels so weird. You feel like I don't know, it just doesn't feel real, and you feel like I don't really understand
Yeah.
like understand it, or I don't know.
It's cool when you start getting it back, right? And you're obviously hearing it along the way, right? You're getting the guitars, the
Yeah.
drums, you're getting then the vocals. It's not mixed, then you get it mixed. So you get to hear like every different version of it. Was there anything that you guys adjusted in the studio, or these were the songs that you brought in at the time? These was what was recorded.
So we I think we didn't really change, like we changed, like we tweaked like a little bit of things, like we took out like we added and took out some things like on.
We did it like piece by piece. Like even when we were recording, I like some of it like and the verses were like really fast and it's like right after. So then we ended up having to do like piece by piece and we just did like one and then we just like and then I did like the backups over it. And then and then everybody that was in the studio did backup vocals. So
Yeah, gang vocals.
Yeah.
Gang vocals were really fun.
Yeah, they sound good. It sounds really good, like I
we
said. So
literally just got everybody in the studio, like random people.
make it fun, right? Enjoy it. And it's like, which it clearly is what you guys are doing. So what I would do, I want to go over each track right now. And what we'll talk about when I bring up the track is we'll talk, well, obviously not the intro, well, the intro is, you know, but we'll talk about the musical themes and stuff with it and the ideas behind it. We'll go over each track. So let's start with the intro. Like, obviously it's the intro, but why did you want the intro to be the intro for the EP?
So, I think that the one, it started off as just the one, like, it's only like 2 riffs, but it started off as the first riff that you hear. And, I was just like messing around. I was like we were trying to, cause we were like, oh yeah, we should probably write an intro. So we were just like messing around. And then I was like, this is like super heavy. So
like, still to this day, I still feel like that's probably my favorite, one of my top favorite songs, just because like the riff is probably the hardest riff that I've ever heard, like we ever made. So I just like really love it.
It is good. It's good mosh riff. It's a really good intro. Have you been I'm going to get into your set list stuff and songs later, but I figured since we're asking and I don't remember, did you guys open with that when we played? I mean, I'm talking a December show, but do you open with this when you play just because it's an intro and it can get people going?
And then sometimes certain shows will like mix it around. Like I think
we'll do that like
we'll do it like right before like the last song sometimes, or we'll kind of like, but usually it's like the first song we play.
We usually try to get like the first song to be like a heavy song, so it like
like
kind of starts it off and
makes sense. Get everyone going, right?
Yeah. Sometimes we switch it up. We'll do like covers as a like in the beginning, and then we do like the intro at the end, and we kind of like throw around like
Our set we do like different pieces. We figure out what song
like what flows and like.
Or like one thing that we do is like sometimes we'll do like we'll ring out and then we'll just go right into it. So we have to like make a song that like rings out good for it, or like the last song.
And where it all connects, right? So let's talk Doomsday. And you have you have Ant on from E-Town with this one. So you said before that this song, there was kind of a part written to have him over it because it does flow well. But let's talk this song lyrically, but let's also talk the music and all that stuff.
So at first it was only like two riffs, and then we added like little parts in like the dun 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 dun, and it was like that was like the first riff, and then the chorus, like we wrote that. So it was just, we had just verse chorus at first, and then like we played that. It was like verse chorus chorus, and then we added like a little bridge and at like kind of the end, like towards the breakdown, and then we added the breakdown, right? And then we had like the song like complete. I think it was like completely written after that, and then there was like a open space that like didn't have lyrics, or like there wasn't really any lyrics for it, and then like we like caught on to it. We're like, we need to figure out something that would like fit like good for this spot. So we kind of did like we were like messing around, and then he kind of like, I was like into more like rapcore. Like I still love rapcore, like downset. Yeah, like all that like downset we love. So we were just like playing, and I was like, it was like at first we just did like a ring out part, but then we were like, we need like something to fill it out. So then he was like dun dun, and then our drummer called on and did like a rappy thing, and then I kind of like rapped it, and we were just like, oh my gosh, it sounds so much like an E-Town. So then we were just like, we could probably get Ant to do that. So we got Ant to do that one, and it ended up fitting perfect, and we just loved it for that song.
Yeah, I love hearing like the structure and how you put everything together with the music. It's like, you know, you guys sound, you know, like honestly like you've been doing it for years. The way you've been talking about it here, Cruz. Like, Cole, do you have ideas of like things you want to write about, or cadence of how you sing over things, or you need to hear the music first that will give you then the idea to do that?
So what I used to do, and I still kind of do now, is I'll just like listen to bands that I like love, and with those bands, I just like kind of look at the lyrics and see what they're like writing about,
Hmm.
and or like I mean like Sunny Day Real Estate, like they write super good like lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like I'll listen to like songs like that have like good lyrics and have like good like written down stuff, and I'll just like look at it and be like see what they write about, and then I'll kind of like follow stuff and then just like turn it into like harder and just like do it my kind of style too.
That's awesome, man. It's a great process. Next song, Die Hard. You have Bulldoze on this one.
Yeah.
That song, it started off. All of them kind of started off as like one riff. So that one like started off as one riff, and it was just like dun 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 dun. So it was just like that at first, and then so I wrote that, and then we kind of just take every song kind of like piece by piece. So so we start off with that, and then we usually like, and then we'll be like, okay, let's add a little thing maybe like before, like a little intro. So then we like kind of like it was like dun 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 or whatever,
Yeah.
and then we then we wrote the chorus, I think.
And then I feel like the end part we were like trying to figure out like at first like we didn't have like really anything good for like the dun 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 like that part. So we were just like, yo, it would be sick if we had like somebody like get on like over that part. So we ended up getting with like we were thinking of people that we could get. And we were like Buddhas. I mean, they're like New Jersey. Like that would be a sick like band to get on a song. And I didn't really think that we were because I love Buddhas. And he ended up being able to do it. So he ended up getting like he wrote his own lyrics for that part, and it like ended up getting pretty sick and stuff. And we just really liked it.
Yeah, and it fits it. It fits it well because that riff goes with how they would have a song
Yeah,
too.
how
So
they
it's
would do
kind of
it. I agree.
it fits completely perfect. You left your brothers, and what I will say with you left your brothers, the last mosh part is really good, and I like Cole how you talk yelling over it. It flows really
Yeah.
good at the ending. So I guess let's talk that song.
So that song we kind of I don't know how you
So
wrote it.
I kind of like I was trying to think of like ideas to write a riff, and I think I forget what it is, but I think I was actually like Time to Shine has like the same like chord, and I was kind of like playing that, and then I was like messing around from there, and then I kind of like wrote the kind of like the verse parts like dun 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 dun, dun that dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, and then we kind of like wanted to do like for like the chorus, we wanted to do like something more like that people would know and people could like scream to, like gang vocals, and we wanted it more like a part where it's like old hardcore, like you left, like almost like yell hardcore for that part. So we really ended up liking it how it was for that.
Cool.
And then yeah, like you said, like the ending and stuff. So when I'm live, I usually like scream it still. But when we were in the studio, we were like, we should do something like cool that everybody would like kind of catch on to and think that it's like I don't know, like kind of like knocked loose style and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's really it's cool and it flows well with the riff that you put over that. So yeah, that's a really good song, and it's a good song to end the EP with your stuff because how you end the EP is with Pride, with Times Are Changing from Madball. So
Yeah.
why'd you decide to end with that?
So I kind of picked that song because I mean we kind of like we like a lot of old hardcore too, a lot like Earth Crisis and like Madball, H2O, like
Yeah,
kind of
like that.
kind of like old hardcore, like New York style hardcore.
Oh yeah, I rate like all those.
Yeah, and then so we're kind of like I picked that song. I was like, this is a good song. I think that was one of my favorite Madball songs.
Yeah.
Classic song, great song.
I was like, I think we should probably do a Madball one because I like
I
Madball
haven't
a
even
lot.
like seen
And
and like that song. I haven't seen that much people like cover. Like I feel like more people
You're
kind
right.
of set it off, and like all those
You're
songs
right.
were different songs. So we were just like, honestly, that song's it goes kind of with our style. That's like kind of the style we were going for, and we were just like, I feel like that'd be a good song to do. It's easy, it's simple, it's sick, and yeah, it's one of our favorite
Mhm.
songs.
and then I think I didn't realize it then, but later I didn't realize how much it kind of fits with like the whole kid thing because Matt like Freddie started when like
Oh
he
yeah,
was
the music
younger,
video,
like
yeah.
when he would jump on stage it was like a Gnostic front.
Yeah,
Like
there's
they
like a
kind of started
picture.
that.
I forget. It's like online, but it's like Freddie, like when he was younger, singing with. I
Yeah.
think it was Madball, and he had
No, a
like
Gnostic
oh,
front,
Gnostic
Gnostic
front.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had
It's,
like an
it's, it,
elastic front on shirt, and he was like younger. So we were just like,
he was like 7 doing that, and
yeah,
it's crazy, and it's such a cool thing what you're talking about, because it's like it is an absolutely cool connection.
yeah,
Like makes sense for you to do it, kind of
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's awesome. Have you had any feedback from them, from Freddie or any of them
They,
about covering it? Because that got out there. That song.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
they were I think they reposted on their story.
Yeah,
that's
but
super cool.
yeah,
Um,
it's pretty
So how
awesome.
does it feel? So this came out. It came out in February, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Right. So this conversation's going to be May when this comes out.
Mhm.
yeah,
Absolutely, you guys have been playing a lot of shows. You got a lot more to come. We're gonna get into that in a sec. So
yeah.
how does it feel now playing your own material, your stuff? Because you do the covers here and stuff of songs
Mhm.
that is out that people are starting to hear within your set list.
It's really cool because at first, um, like the crowds like don't really like didn't know like what is gonna happen because they just see him on stage like there's like this little kid.
Yeah, most like the people actually like don't like realize that I'm actually like the singer. Like bands that like we'll just like go to like shows and it'll just be like bands that like big bands and people won't like really know us because we're like the openers, and they'll just like see a kid and they like think that I'm just like starting it off, and they just like see me sing and everybody just like freezes and just looks at me, and I it's just like a very like odd thing I feel like to
Mhm.
see.
That
Yeah,
also like since the EP came out, a lot of people when we play shows will like come and sing like
Yeah,
the
which
lyrics
is
of like
awesome.
the choruses
it's
and stuff.
awesome.
And it's like, but like the thing that's like really cool about that is that like I've seen like videos of like especially like when you do covers, people are always know the lyrics. But it's like crazy. Like on when our EP, the day that our EP came out, there's people that knew the songs that exact day that we had
That's
our
awesome.
show. So
That's
we
great.
The EP
so
release show.
everybody like knew our songs and were like singing it. So I just like handed out the mic. But it was just like so like crazy because it's like all like the songs that we wrote and other people
Right.
singing
It's
them.
super cool. It's like your stuff, so it's like a
Yeah.
little bit different. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. It's like that video, it took off. And then when everything settles in, it's like, okay, we have to write our own stuff now
Yeah.
for it to catch on. And it clearly is. Like even when we played with you guys in Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
there's a command of the crowd you guys have. And it's as if, you know, you guys, people listen, people will moving for you guys. You're heavy. It's aggressive. Cole, you get everybody moving, man. You have a lot of your energy. I'm like, oh, I got to follow up with this energy that this he has. It's amazing. It is. It really is. So it's great. So your set list, do you guys have, I'm not calling these songs old because you literally just released the EP,
Yeah.
but you have a lot of songs now. So do you have some other
Yeah.
new stuff that you've been playing out?
Yeah, we have like 4 new songs.
Yeah, that
and that I
just started
think
playing.
they're like for how like I don't know for how long apart they are from written from the other ones. Like they're so much like they're not that much like we just wrote them like a little bit after, and they're so much better.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
keep
feel like
growing, you keep growing, basically.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
they're like 10 times better already. So it's like super
Yeah.
cool.
What style is it? Is it similar to what you've been doing, or like you're starting to feel
It's
comfortable?
like
It's like
more like
I
everything like
I can't even
combined.
really like
yeah, it's
it's
good
kind of like there's like parts that are like
Rappy.
metalcore-y, then there's still like the rap parts kind of like in Doomsday and stuff, and then there's like super heavy mosh parts, and then there's like kind of like fast like kind of like terror sounding parts and stuff like that, and like
yeah,
you
like,
could, like
it's kind of like all it's like literally like people ask us like how like what you would like call or like newer songs. We don't even like know. Like we
yeah,
just like
I don't think
combine
anything I've ever heard really
everything.
sounds like it right now.
Like we did like on our one new song, we have like New York hardcore, metalcore, and it's just like rap kind of like our chorus. So, and like that's like all of our new songs. So it's like really like everything into like one.
You
Like,
probably cannot wait to get it out, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
And I think the reason why everything's so different is that everyone has their like their head like somewhere else. Like everyone likes their own like style of like music kind of in the band. And like it all kind of comes together and you get like the little parts of each of everyone, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, look at even this conversation here. I mean, the interests that you guys have and what you like. I mean, you literally, we're talking Sunny Day Real Estate to Irate, which is like completely different bands.
Yeah.
MXPX, Rancid, like all that stuff still is that holds true to you guys today. So that all is going to come out in what you write.
Yeah.
So that's great. So your sets, it's probably fun because you're obviously playing the new EP. What about covers? What are you doing with covers now? Because you guys are really kind of standing on your own now with your own material, but are you still throwing covers in your set?
Yeah, I think we like to do covers still just to get like the crowd like already ready.
And
because a lot of people
we usually like if we're playing like our last show we played with one of our last shows we played with Tear. So we were kind of just like they have like more of a New Yorker kind of like we're like more like
old school hardcore sound. So we're like
sound. So
we'll play
just like
Pride. Like we kind of like if it's like we kind of like pick and choose like what covers we want to play and stuff like where like we think's gonna do good.
It like depends who we play with, where we play with. And
it's smart. You guys think that out, and it's because all kidding aside, it's like the experience that you guys have played a lot and you're continuously playing. So what's new for the future? Obviously new music you're working on, show wise, what do you think? Like, when would you like to get into the studio again? I mean, if that's even on your mind yet, because I know this thing just came out. What are you guys thinking about the future?
I think we would like to get in the studio. I think we're gonna try to play as much shows as like we can. Like that's kind of like the goal, and just kind of like show everyone because it's like we have a lot of like the Instagram and the views and stuff, but I feel like there's still like people that don't see it because there's a lot of shows we play. People will be like, oh, like I had no idea, like kind of that like we were a thing, and then like it's kind of cool to like. But
like one thing that happens is like band like most like the band like people that go to see bands they don't know like who we are, and they'll like after like the first song I always like see like I'll go up to like my merch table and everybody's like over there like talking to me buying stuff and I'm just
That's
like
awesome.
It's super cool thing to like do and like
it happened in Pennsylvania when we played with you.
Yeah.
People will move with you guys. I felt like people had an idea. People knew who you were there, but it was cool that they went to the table and they were grabbing the shirts and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So, I got one of them. That was great. We did a little shirt trade
at that the one show you guys were playing. That was super cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so now I have a bunch of questions. There no semblance of order at all. So I'm going to start Cole with you, and then we'll answer these, and then we'll end it off. Okay, so Cole, and then we'll go to Cruz. Cole, your top 3 favorite albums of all time, and it doesn't have to be hardcore. It could be anything.
All right. I would say this is pretty hard, but for my top 5 like spots, I would say would be Lies of Serpents by Zayo.
No, you said albums.
Oh, albums?
Yeah.
Wait. What's that album called? This is hard. I don't know like any like albums. I know like the songs. It's hard.
Go bands. That's fun.
I would say obviously like I rate them. Under Oath, Shadow Realm, I love.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. This is like I'm on the spot now.
No, and what you're gonna do? We're gonna get off this. You'd be like, "Oh my god, I forgot E-Town, I forgot Madball, I forgot." Yeah, it's like all those, right? Cool.
Yeah. Here, you have any?
Yeah, Cruz. What about you?
I'd say it was top 3 albums. You said
3 albums. You can go artist if you want. Yeah, and then
I'd say Opposite of the December by Poison the Well.
Yeah.
Around the Fur, Deftones.
Great album. Great
album.
And then Shed, Title Fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And to your point, Cruz, what you were saying with the band, and then I said before, like, is the different influences that you guys have. Like you're hearing it right there. Cole, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would also probably like say the story so far, and like I've been starting to like because like the singer of the story so far is like the singer of No Pressure now.
Yeah,
I've been starting
they're
to
good.
like shift into like No Pressure because I've been like I've always like loved pop punk, and it's just like
Same.
it's like I really like their style, so
Yeah,
I'm just
they're
like
really good. That's a
yeah,
good one. All right,
yeah.
Cruz, we'll start with you. Favorite show you attended?
I
And you know what? Just to make it easier, within the last 6 months or so, just so yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite show would probably be when I saw Norma Jean and POD.
Yeah. I would say my one of my favorite shows was dude, I would say wait, what was the one that we went to not that long ago?
I don't know.
Mhm.
Jeez.
And it could even be, by the way, Cole, like even if you played the show, but you enjoyed the bands you played with, like that could
Yeah.
count as well. Mhm.
Honestly, like the last show that we played with was really cool. Or like the one of the last shows we played with was like Bayway, the Tear, or Tear,
Shadow.
Combust, Shadow Rome, and like
A
all
good
those
one.
bands.
Mhm.
And then we ended up we always end up like going to that place like for shows like the Reverb place. So we really like it there.
Oh, Pennsylvania, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Gore. We saw.
Oh, we saw Guar. That's what it was.
Cool.
That's probably
Awesome.
one of my that actually might be one of my favorite shows I've ever been to in my life. It's pretty
Awesome. You may have mentioned it, Cole, but I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite show you've played?
cool. I would say um probably the one with like Haywire, the Pittsburgh one. That was definitely one of my favorites. It was with Haywire, E Town, Mind Force, um, Fatal
Missing
Room,
Link.
Missing Link, Discontent.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands on there.
Heavy hitters on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the guys from Whispers. Those guys were sick.
Cool.
And yeah.
Cruz, what about you?
I think I'd say my favorite is probably the H2O.
Yeah.
Storm Drunks. That one was really cool, but I also would say Hellfest because like all the bands there's so many bands on that.
Yeah. Looking back at like Hellfest, like at first, like when we played Hellfest, half of those bands I like didn't really like fully like listen to and get into. And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I really wish I like knew those songs and everything because I like love all of them, all of those bands and stuff. Like honestly, like Bulldoze, I only knew like a couple songs, but I didn't like fully know them. And then like now I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're like one of my favorite bands. And now it'd be
That's
awesome to
awesome.
do it. Yeah.
Cruz, I'll start with you. What's your favorite scene outside of New Jersey?
Um, Sorry, what is that? Like me?
Favorite scene, like your favorite hardcore scene or favorite, like, yeah, scene
Oh,
outside of
favorite
Jersey
scene.
played. Yeah.
Probably Philly.
I had
Yeah.
a feeling you're going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say,
We played a lot of Philly shows, and that we got a lot of good feedback. And
yeah, we go to a lot of Philly shows too. So like,
Yeah. Because it's kind of a close drive for you guys, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like an hour or so, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd probably say the same because like I go there like we even go there like all the time to just like watch shows and stuff. And just like the whole like scene in Philly is like pretty cool scene. Like I really like it. And like even down here, like we have a good scene.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to. New York is really cool. I wish
Yeah.
we played more New York shows.
Yeah, New York's awesome.
But just because kind of like I think I'm more comfortable with like Philly, like because we go there a lot just
Yeah.
for like a lot of stuff. So
Right. Okay. This is always a hard one for people. They always remember pop albums and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, start Cole. I think you're next, and then we'll move to Cruz. But Cole, what did you listen to last? The last thing you listened to?
Last thing I probably listened to was probably 311 Amber.
Cool.
Yeah, like
Cool.
I like reggae and like chill stuff, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You both seem like a lot of different styles of music, which is great.
Yeah.
You know? Cruz, what about you?
I think the last thing I listened to was Excalibur by Mind Force.
Cool. Great song or album. Okay. Band or artist, Cruz, we'll start with you. A band or artist that you like that may surprise people. And I don't know how much it's going to surprise people with you too, because you guys listen to a lot of different styles of music. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't really. Probably Senses Fail.
Okay. Cole, what about you, bud?
A lot of people probably some people might know, but some people probably won't really think it's weird that I like them because like it's like hard music like that I play. But I'd say Blink-182.
I love Blink too. I love
Yeah.
the new album too. Well, the newest
Blink,
one they
yeah.
put out. I love
Me
everything
too.
about that band. Well, you said yourself you're a pop punk guy, so it's like if you're gonna
Yeah.
like pop punk, you're gonna
Yeah,
like
I
Blink.
listen to that like a lot too. Like
Yeah.
I know probably like almost every single band that somebody could bring up.
Cool.
Pop punk, yeah.
So you may have asked this, but I'll ask Cole. Then we'll move. Your favorite song to cover?
My favorite song to cover would probably be honestly, I really do like the Bad Luck 13 song that we covered, 13. That's
Cool.
probably one of my favorite songs we covered.
Cruz.
I'd say we haven't played a show with it yet, but Botchla by Poison the Well.
Yeah.
But the ones that we have played a show with, I'm gonna say Lies of Serpents by
Zaya.
Zaya.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a cover you want to do, but you haven't yet, or one that you're working on? If I'm letting the cat out of the bag, you could say to be continued, and you don't have to answer. So Cole, go ahead.
I mean, like a cover that I would like to do. I don't know if I feel like probably a lot of people covered it, but Shed would be pretty cool by Title Flight.
Hmm.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Cruz, you have one?
That I would want to cover.
Yeah.
I think probably I forget what the song it's called, like Hexagram by Deftones.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's
song. It's a good song.
Or actually, speaking of Deftones, I would say a cool song that would play would probably be Bored on Adrenaline.
Okay.
Adrenaline's
That's a good
definitely my
choice.
favorite Deftones album out of all time.
I would love to hear you guys cover Deftones songs. I think with your style over, I think that sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bored is
Yeah.
cool.
We're trying to get at least like some, maybe like a few songs of like singing too, because like
Yeah,
he's a pretty good singer and he's young, so you gotta see if he
Yeah.
has voice. By the
Yeah,
time-
excited to see what's next, because this new EP sounds like you guys been doing this for years. And so that's what's cool to see what's coming next, and excited to hear the new material. So before we end with here, anything you two want to end with?
I don't know. Is there anything you want to say, Cole?
I feel like our next EP is gonna probably be hopefully one of our craziest EPs with all the songs that we're writing. So
Maybe an album.
I think everybody's gonna hopefully love it, and it's gonna be like all mixed together, like all random. So it's gonna be all kinds of music that's like hardcore.
Cool. Awesome.
So-
Is there anything with you?
Like it.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
That's it. All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know how to say.
That's it. No, it's great. No, thank you guys so much. Let me just
Thanks
for having
sign us. Yeah, of course, of course. It was great having you on. Let me just sign us off, and then we'll chat up when we get done here. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for listening to the What Lies Ahead podcast, which is available on all streaming platforms. Go save the What Lies Ahead podcast playlist on Spotify that features all bands that were on the show. For more information on future episodes, you can go to my Instagram account and follow at @WhatLiesAhead_podcast, and on Facebook by searching What Lies Ahead. See you on the next episode.